Alrighty, you guys. Not that you can tell based off of that, but there's the thumbnail. Oops. We're working on wolves. So, time for wolf paintings if anybody wants to join us for wolf paintings. Since I was sick, I didn't get, everything set up for video as early as I wanted to on this, but this month we're supposed to do wolves. So, I was gonna do my Red Riding Hood wolf, and I couldn't find my drills because I haven't logged any of my newer paintings yet, and so the drills are still sitting in bags, and I went through the bag, but my drills were either not in the bag or I accidentally overlooked them when I was looking for them. So I did find the drills for this wolf painting though, so I decided, screw it, I'd start this wolf painting. I was going to ask you guys which of the two you'd like to see me work on, but I couldn't find the drills for that one, so I just decided to start this one because I wanted to be able to do a video to tell you guys that we were starting to work on the wolf painting. So that's all this is gonna be, really. I mean, it might end up into a WIP and chat. Just a video to let you guys know. And I am doing better, so that's nice. I don't think I'm back up to normal per se, but I'm doing better. I just got flash. I just got a train of drills that still have some extra material on them. That's always fun. Let's turn the flash back off. There we go. So yeah, I'm working on these 3 wolves in the moonlight. It is a very blue heavy painting. Actually, let's turn this flash back on for a second. And show you there's very little of some colors, but you can see there's a lot of blue to this painting. It is a very, very blue heavy painting. It's like washed out in blue. So somebody had the blue filter on. I'm hoping it still looks nice, but yeah, everything is gonna be a blue tone in this one. Even the wolves, the white and stuff is gonna be a blue tone, I'm pretty sure. So I knew that when I got the painting. I still thought it was a nice painting. Still wanted it, so I knew it was all gonna be in a blue tone, but it definitely is all blue tones. Even knowing that, I was surprised by how much blue there was when I was looking at it, kitting it up, and so on. But being as I couldn't work on the other one right this second, I wanted one to start sooner than later so I could do a video. This one just kind of won the draw on that aspect, but it is a very large painting again. It's 80 by 70. So, or sorry, 50 by 70. 50 by 70, sorry. Why did I say 80? It's 50 by 70. And I'm sure some of you guys have heard me say before, I prefer my canvases being a maximum of 45. 50 is just too much for my desk size. I like my large paintings though, so yay. But for my desk size, it's better to stick with 40, 45. And sorry if you hear the dog dreaming. He's sleeping on the couch next to me and kind of whining. Yesterday, he had a dream where he was literally running on the floor. But yeah, that's him you hear barking, but he is sleeping. So, if you hear that, that's what's going on there. So right now I'm doing all these little diamond shapes in this moon area here. I don't know why that's what I picked to do. Maybe because it was right where my hand goes down here. I don't know, but that's what I picked to do. So that's what we're doing, is these little diamond shapes, which is a white drill. There you go. It's like this white drill. And normally, instead of having that just sitting next to me like I do now, normally I put it back in the case facing the wrong way, so that if I forget what color I'm working on or anything, I can just look for which case is facing the wrong way. Which is another part of what I like about the Tic Tac cases, is these square ones being square, I could put them sideways, upside down. Well, not upside down, I don't like that idea, but like I could put them sideways, or, you know, sideways or that upside down. With the Tic Tacs, you can only put them in that kind of upside down arrangement for the small ones, but still, you look for the one container with the tab to open it on the back instead of on the front, and you know what color you're working on. And yes, I've had to look back like, wait, what colors am I boat before? When I get up to do something and then come sit back down, I have to refresh my memory on what I'm working on, or at least verify that what I'm working on is what I thought I was going to be working on. So sometimes it's not that I forgot what I was working on, it's just that I don't trust that I remember what I was working on. I don't want to do too long a video with you guys. I want to film a few videos with Mom. Like I said, I'm doing better, but I do still have like some kind of mucus to my throat, and I don't know if I'll lose my voice if I talk too much. And being as Mom's gonna do a video with me, I want to be able to record that video and not have lost my voice, you know? So, getting all of the white done. I don't think I have much to do to this, so I'm getting all this done. I started watching A-Team again. I really do like the A-Team. So, started watching that series again. It's been a while. And I was watching that when I started this, and it's like, you know, I really do like this show. It sucks that the movie didn't go over well, because it would be cool if they had another movie, but the second movie never happened because the first movie didn't do well. And the movies definitely weren't the TV series, that's for sure. I mean, I don't think I disliked the movie. I don't really remember. I don't think I disliked it, though, but it definitely wasn't the A-Team. It wasn't the TV series. It definitely was something different. So, yeah. But, watching it again and watching the first 2 episodes when they had the different face, it's like, why? Why did they change faces? Like, I prefer the face that they changed too, so I'm not upset that they changed faces. But how many shows do you see that records episodes with one character, and then instead of killing a character off and bringing a new character or anything like that, they keep the exact same character, but they change the actor, and the actors look nothing alike, and it's like, just such a change that all of a sudden Face has a different face, and it's like, kind of ironic that it so happens to be Face that has a different face, right? So, yeah. I don't know. I didn't really care for... Not that I didn't care for that face. I know the other face. So, watching the first 2 episodes with this other dude as Face is just like, why? And so, I decided to look it up. And again, you know, don't really believe what you see on the internet, right? But according to what I looked up, they changed Face out because he was too young, or he looked too young. And that led me into the, well, how old was he and how old was everybody else? And he was like 5 years younger than the youngest member or something like that. So he was a bit younger. Like, I think, what is it? All of them are like 65-ish to 70-ish or something like that now or something, I think it was. And he was 59 or something like that. So he was, you know, like around 5-ish years younger or something. Sorry, I didn't save it. I made a document with all their ages and stuff just to see myself what, you know, the age difference was, and was he actually too young, or did he just look young, or, you know. And so yeah, he was younger, but not like a crazy amount younger, especially considering the age difference between Hannibal and everybody else. Like, everybody else was 60 to 65-ish, and Hannibal was 20 years older than everybody else, I think it was. And apparently he's also the only one that has passed away. Everybody else, I do believe, look like they're still alive, but the guy that played Hannibal is not. He died of pneumonia from lung cancer, I do believe, is what I read. So yeah. And then we watched another old movie, one that I haven't seen before, but was a decent movie. I do believe the name of the movie was La Bamba, right? It was about the singer that did the song La Bamba, and Donna was the other song that he did, and he was 17 years old when the plane crashed and he died, and that sucks. Like, I knew the story of the plane crash and stuff like that. It's not like I didn't know that was that story, but watching the movie and then the plane crash thing, it's like, no, don't kill him. Why'd you have to kill him like that? It's like, I know that's what really happened, that, you know, they died in a plane crash, but watching the movie, it's just like, no. So yeah, but I think it said he was 17 years old in the plane crash, and then the other guys were older than that, but still, you lost some nice musicians in that, and that sucks. And I haven't looked this up, so I'm not sure, but I feel like that wasn't the only plane crash that took the lives of like a group of musicians or singers, or however you want to say it. I don't know, maybe it's better to say singers than musicians, I don't know, but I feel like that isn't the only one. And the movie, the coin flip part, it's like really, like, I don't know how accurate the movie is. Like, I was told it's supposedly pretty accurate, but I don't know how accurate it is. And if it is accurate, then like that comment even more sucks. Like, wow. But it was definitely a decent movie. Sadly, I had to watch it with commercials on Tubi because it wasn't available any other way. And I have a real disdain for commercials. I hate them. So that was no fun, though. It's like, I got up to do food. The second I came back from doing food, it's time for a commercial. It's like, screw you. You know that? Like, thanks a lot. I guess I could have just waited until there was a commercial if I had the ability to wait. I don't know if I was taking food out of the oven or if I was putting food in the oven after the oven had preheated. I don't remember what the case was, but either way, I had just got back to watch the show, and then it played a commercial. I really don't like commercials. Partly because of that, partly because I don't have interest in pretty much anything they show in commercials. Another part of it is taking you out of what you're watching. If I'm watching something, I like to be watching something as much as I can. Like I said, sometimes I just run off and do something else, or I switch shows or anything like that. But that's like when my brain wanders away from it and changes its mind on what it wants to do. If the show I'm watching stops playing and I didn't stop playing it, and like removes that immersion from it, I don't like it, which is again why I don't really care for commercials. If you're gonna give me commercials, I prefer like a long commercial break before and after my show, maybe in the middle of my show, like, you know, the 3, not like a commercial every X amount of time or something like that. I prefer a few long commercial breaks, because even still, if one's in the middle, it's hard for me to get back into the show after the commercial's over. So, yeah. I don't know if anybody else is that way, but that's how I am with shows. The commercial just like kind of removes me from the show, and I don't enjoy it as much anymore. It's just like, yeah, I was sitting there, I was watching it, I was interested in what's going on. Now it's just, I gotta get back into it, and then there's another commercial, and it's just like, ugh, do I care that much? So even that being said, it was a good movie. But it would have probably been a lot better if I hadn't had to deal with the commercials. So, it is what it is, though. And I'm almost done with this symbol. So, after this symbol, I think I'd go ahead and possibly end the video there. Like I said, I don't want to talk all too much. But I can also say, I don't know if it's just me changing what I'm interested in right now, or if it has something to do with the fact that I was sick or what. But the teas that I like haven't been floating my boat as much lately. So I went back to another tea, which was already one on my list of teas I liked. I just kind of went away from it. And so I've went back to that. Sadly, I cannot find it right now. I'm going to have to check another store, but it's here. It's this Good Earth Sweet and Spicy. I don't know. I've been really liking that, but they didn't have it at the store when I went to the store. So I got this one, which is similar. So that's been working for me right now. It's been a good flavored tea. And I got this one, which not everybody has a Myers, and it says it's a Myers, but it said sweet and spicy, so I thought maybe it would be similar, and it's okay. So I have those two that I've been drinking. Also, I like this one, so I still like it, but it hasn't been as good as normal for me. Same with this one, which again is a Myers brand. But I also like this one, but hasn't been as good for me lately. Again, I don't know if it's just like a change in my taste buds, because a lot of the foods haven't been tasting as good to me either. So I don't know if it's just like a change in my taste buds. This is another one that I don't mind, although I do like the herbal mint tea, not the mint melody, but the herbal mint tea a bit better. But that's another one, and again, they're just not as good, so I went back to this spicy and sweet chai. I also have a chai Red Dragon, but that's not sitting next to me, and that wasn't really doing it for me either, so I went back to the sweet and spicy, and that's been nice. I've had multiple cups of tea again with that one. The other thing is, and I don't know if this is the way with anybody else, I don't know how many of you guys are tea drinkers. To me, honey changes the flavor of tea so much. Like, I have not been able to find a good honey. I've bought like 5 things of honey, and I have not been able to find a honey that tastes good. And like, I literally think that some honey just makes tea taste disgusting. Like, I've had some teas that I really like that I tried a honey with, and I'm just like, I wanted to pour it out. I thought it tasted so gross with that honey. So it's like, honey really to me makes the tea. I don't put sugar or anything in my tea anymore. I use honey and sometimes lemon. Normally, you know, if I'm sick or something, I'll do lemon. Other than that, normally I just put a spoonful of honey in my tea. And I haven't found a good honey. There was a honey that I liked, and like, I can't find it anymore. And then there was another honey that was okay, but I can't find it anymore. And then it's just like, all the honeys I've got lately haven't tasted good. And again, I'm like starting to question if it's me or if it is honestly the honeys that I've been getting that just like don't taste good. And it's like, okay, so is it the clover or the wildflower, or is there like a specific, you know, flower that I like better than others? Is that part of the issue? Because like all of the ones I got were like wildflowers. Like, do I prefer the clover or something? Or so yeah, that's been fun. Another honey that I really like, it's not one I tended to put in my tea, but like maybe give you an idea. I mean, not that it tastes bad in tea by any means. It just like, it was one I liked to dip my ham in. And yes, maybe I'm weird. I liked dipping the ham in the honey. It was a Subi clove spun honey or something. Clover spun honey or something like that. I think it was Subi clover spun honey or something. But it's like this little yellow bottle with a red lid. And I haven't been able to find that again either. So I don't know if it's just like a season thing because we're just like coming out of winter. If like the honeys will come back when it gets warmer, and they just had them stocked up to a certain point, and that stock to that point has like ran out. And then now they're, you know, gonna have to wait for more to be produced. Or I don't know why I can't find the honeys that I like right now, but I just can't. And like I said, apparently I'm very picky on honeys. So, again, I know some of you guys like tea, but I don't know how many of you are into tea. I know that a lot of people like their coffee too, and I do not like coffee. I am definitely not a coffee drinker. Like, no, 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 no. No, thank you. I've had an ice cream before that I didn't mind that had like a tiny bit of coffee to it. That was the parrot. It had a tiny bit of coffee to it. It just had like this little brown colored line around it. That an ice cream parlor used to do, but that ice cream parlor was like 3 ice cream parlors ago because that ice cream parlor never seems to last long. Everybody that has, you know, took that store over don't seem like they keep it long before somebody else, they end up selling it or whatever, and some other company takes it. I don't know why. It's like, it seems like it's pretty much always busy. It doesn't seem like it's in a bad area and is unbusy, and therefore they're selling it because they're not making enough money. Like, it seems like it's in a good area. It seems to be busy pretty often, so I don't know why, but that one just never stays. So I don't know what it was, but it did have like a coffee type line around it, and that was decent. And then like I've done a coffee rub for pork, I do believe it was, and that was decent. But other than that, I do not like coffee. I'm not big into the smell of coffee. It actually makes me sick if there's too much of it. Like, I can't go by a coffee store. It makes me sick. I actually start coughing and just like, I cannot handle it. So I'm not really into the smell of it. I don't really, you know, care for any of the like chocolate covered coffee beans or the flavor of it. Other than, again, for some reason I liked it as that one rub that I made, and that one ice cream. Just that one, you know, and that was, like I said, a tiny little drizzle around like a vanilla cone. It was maybe not even real coffee, but it was a tiny bit. Like, if you were to just like eat that little drizzle, then it was a normal vanilla cone. It was a very, very small margin, so... And I said I want to keep my voice, and yet here I go, still talking. Surprise, surprise, that's me. I either don't talk or then I don't shut up. I kind of have an on and off switch when it comes to socialization and talking. I either don't do it or you can't get me to shut up. So, that's just me again. And there is a lot of teas through here I gotta do, then the teas in here I gotta do, so teas are gonna take me a while. But, again, this is a large painting, and if I want to get, you know, it done this month, it's gonna be working on it quite a bit more, right? And I mean, I know I can get a painting this size done in a month because, again, for spring, which I'm sorry, I still haven't done a spring finish video. Mom is going to come over, so hopefully we can record our spring finishes and I can show you everybody else's spring finishes and get that up around the same time you're seeing the wolf event starting. Like, it sucks that I'm like doing a finish on one the same time as I'm doing a start on the other, but like, and possibly in backwards order, honestly. But it just, being sick, I haven't had the ability to do so. Between the voice and not feeling good, and then not wanting to sit at the computer long enough, not wanting to, it just, yeah. And I mean, any of you guys that have watched those videos said, you know, not to worry about it, so I still don't like it, though. I wanted to do another spring painting. I got done with, anyway, that's where I was going with that whole comment. I got done with my spring painting very quickly. It was a 40 by 70, but I got done with it very quickly. I could have done 2 40 by 70s in the 1 month with how quickly I got done with the first one. But getting sick, I didn't end up getting to do a second one. And the second one I wanted to do was only a 30 by 40. And I guess I could have got it done in time, actually, because I did like the 3 20 by 30 Pokemon ones. So I could have got it done in time. But the problem was the Pokemon ones were just kind of already sitting out because they're just little 20 by 30s. And that one was in one of my books, which, again, I knew what book it was in. And since it's an older one, it's already sorted. I knew where the drills were. Like, I have whatever drawer they're in logged on my computer. So, like, I easily could have just flipped to the page of the book and went into the drawer and grabbed the drills. Like, that would have been very easy. But the thing was, the book is like my first book, so I would have had to grab the other 4 books off of that book and then grab that book down and then put the order back up. And I just, since I wasn't feeling good, just working on the painting that was already kind of just sitting next to me versus going and grabbing my book. Yeah, you get it, right? And I just noticed I left the flash on this time. Oh well. Doesn't seem to be bugging me with this painting. Oh, talking about which, I have another painting that I started working on. You guys have not seen it in an unboxing. It was from Temu, though. And it is a very, very, and this is where I watch too many British things because I want to call it a cheeky bastard. But that's not how we talk. But, like, I watch too much British stuff. So, like, the way I wanted to word it is that way. But, like, the correct way, I guess, to word it for me is that it was a very sneaky little canvas. Very, deceitful. I'm not coming up with the right word for it. Deceiving. It deceived you very, very much. It, looked like a, normal canvas. And it had your normal thin plastic cover. It wasn't even the thicker plastic cover. And it was a double-sided. I originally just thought that it had some nice stick when I first started on it. I did notice the smell, but I've noticed the smell on some poured glue before, so I didn't really think about it, but it you know, did have a bit of a smell. And so I didn't really think too much of it, but then as I was working on it, it's like, okay, it has a nice stick. The drills do not want to move, but then, you know, that's a hint. The drills did not want to move. Like, where you put them, they stuck. They did not want to slide. So it's like, okay. And then I noticed that there was like a wrinkle going through it. And the way the light reflected off of it, I decided to try to do a video with it. And with the flash on, the way the light reflected off of it, it's like, okay. And so I took my scalpel and started cutting the edges, and yep, it was a double-sided. And it was a double-sided that very, very much looked like a poured glue. Like, I will show you the canvas. I have not showed you this canvas. I didn't do an unboxing of it. Again, I was sick. It was here because it was just delivered. I just decided to open it and start working on it because I got done with the Pokemon ones. Hang on. So she's a black and white lady. Here. Isn't she pretty? But it has the normal look to it, and yet it is a double-sided tape. So she's half done. But yeah, it was surprising because like that key, that border, everything else, but she's a double-sided. And I don't know if you can tell, but there was somewhere right in the middle of her hair right there, there was a wave in the tape that was the main, okay, definitely gonna check this indicator for me, right in that black green area there. But I don't think you can see it with the drills on it. And again, I'm not against double-sided tape. I like how the drills stick to them. Some people don't like that they can't move the drills around. I just got to be a little bit careful with my placement to not, you know, have to correct the line. Sorry, I have the camera plugged in, and the doggo here sleeping on the couch is kicking the cord. Aren't you, Doof? Aren't you? So, yeah, as I was saying, that canvas is very deceiving, the fact that it is actually a double-sided. But I have nothing against double-sideds. I'm good with double-sideds. I like the stick. You just have to slow down a little bit, especially if you're using a multi-placer, because you can't straighten your rows. So if you put the multi-placer slightly skewed, then it is definitely harder to try to get them straight because they stick to the tape, and then like if you try to straighten them, they just kind of bounce back to where you put them. So it's nice that I'm not against double-sided. So, but the fact that I didn't know it was a double-sided till I had already started working on it. If I hadn't started working on it and I had done an unboxing video and showed you the canvas, I would not have said it was a double-sided. Like, I did not know, and I would not have been able to inform you guys of it. But starting to work on it, it's like, yeah. Which makes me wonder how many of the canvases I've shown you guys, how many canvases you possibly have in your own possession, might actually be double-sideds. And they're just that sneaky. So, yeah, I don't know. But I really do like the stick for the double-sided. This one's not bad stick. Like, if you noticed, the drills are sticking to it instead of sticking to my tool pretty decently. Like, not bad stick to this one. But also not the greatest stick to it either. They slide around more than I would care for them to slide around. And the other thing I don't like about this canvas is the circles. There is a very obvious white circle in here. Let's see. Can I go like this? There you go. Can you see the white circle? That white circle is so obvious. And if I move the camera here, you can see in my black drills where the white circle's showing over the top of that one, under that one, on the side of those ones. So I don't like how obvious the white circles are in this painting. I don't mind, like, I don't like the dummy circle line, and this one is more of like a white circle instead of a dummy circle line, but it is such a dark white circle. Like, I would have preferred if they used a white overlay and didn't have it at 100%. Like, do a white overlay at 20% or something like that, so you have like a very lighter color. Cool. But this is like an overlay at 100%. It's like very obvious. And again, I don't know how many of you guys do any computer like image editing to know what I'm talking about with an overlay or the percentage of how overlay is on it, but like, I would prefer like looking through a very slightly dirty window, not like a perfectly just piece of paper stuck on it type. I don't know how to describe that. That doesn't make much sense. Sorry. Hopefully you guys get the idea that it's just the white is too bright. And with image editing programs, they have something called an overlay. So you can put an image on top of another image and the image below it comes through. Kind of like if you were to trace a painting, you could put the photo on the light board and then put a piece of paper over it, and because of the light shining through the back, you can trace a photo, right? The thickness of the paper you put on top of that will determine how easily it is to see the lines of the painting below that you're tracing, right? As well as how dark the lines below that you're tracing are. So, like, with this, you can see through it, kind of, right? Because the light's shining through it, you can kind of see the letters under our cover sheets. Some other cover sheets are darker, so you can't see the letters through them. Well, that's kind of what an overlay does. An overlay is a parchment paper instead of the cover sheet, where you can definitely see through it. Or, I mean, you can even put an overlay on that is the same as our clear film right here, but then again, that's not going to be enough to notice it. But that's what an overlay is. You can change how dark the overlay is. So the overlay could just be this, or the overlay could be one of these, or the overlay could literally be 2-3 pieces of paper on this, so you can't see the light shining through it. Like, that's what an overlay is when I'm talking about, you know, overlay. And how I don't mind like an overlay style circle like this, but these ones are way too dark. I mean, the letters are easy to read. I have no issue with seeing any of the letters on this canvas. The Y's mixing with the T's are a little, oh, that's a Y, not a T. Like, I catch myself almost thinking I can put my 6 T's there and then realize that the Y is there. So, the Y's are a little easy to mix up with the T's, even though they don't look the same, but it's just because they're all a white letter. Or all a black letter in a white circle. So that's all there really is to it, I guess. But it makes the letters all nice to read. I don't like how the circles are. Because, again, especially in the black up here, I can see the white. Again, if you're standing far enough away from the photo to look at the whole photo, you're not going to notice it. So it's one of those things. It's like, does it really matter? Overall, in the larger scheme of things, is anybody ever going to actually notice? Or are you just going to notice because you're working on it, you're that close to it, and you know it's there? But I would prefer a more translucent. It's a little too opaque. Which also, I guess that's a good place to kind of phrase it too. Dishware, how you have like clear storage containers, and then you have storage containers that are a little more foggy, and then you have white storage containers, and this is just a full-on white storage container. So that's a pretty good way to put it too, I guess. It's like, I like that opaqueness to it. Because if it's clear, then you don't have a circle. And I don't mind having the circles to see where your circles are supposed to go. Not that I need them either. I'm not, into dummy circles. I don't dislike dummy circles, whatever. I just don't like when I can see them under my drills. So as long as the black line is small enough or the white isn't as dark, then I'm fine with them. It's just when they're like this and you can see them around the drills, it's annoying. And again, should only be annoying to me because I'm working on the painting closely, or any of us that are working on the painting. If I were to show you the painting when it's finished, you won't know. Especially a painting this size, you're gonna have to be far enough away to see the whole image that you won't know. and not having the light board on behind it, I'm guessing, also will make it a little less noticeable. If this is hanging up and there's no light shining from behind it, you probably won't notice that as much either. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. I know a lot of you guys do like longer drilling chats, so the fact that this became a longer video, none of you guys are gonna probably complain about, but I didn't want to do a long video, so oopsie me. But as you can tell, I'm getting back to normal. I'm still not fully back to normal. Energy level isn't fully there, and I still feel like stuff's in my throat, but like I am getting back to normal for sure. So we will hopefully have more videos. I gotta edit videos, I gotta record videos, and like, but we'll hopefully kind of get more back to normal. So that will be nice. Well, hopefully any of you guys that are joining us for the wolf painting are happy to be working on your wolf paintings, and I will definitely try to get that and the spring finishes and everything else for you guys, and more unboxing videos. Just because I've been sick doesn't mean my mom stopped getting diamond paintings. I really need to update my logs. I want to do a stash video with you guys again, and finish updating my logs because my logs are so far behind. So I want to get all of that done too. So that's a video that I want to do, or a few videos I want to do, but I got to get all the dates and stuff all sorted out for all these new paintings, and yeah. Alrighty, sorry, there was an interruption. So I will just go ahead and end it there. Hopefully you guys are having fun with whatever painting you're working on. If you're working on a wolf with us, cool. And like I was trying to say, I definitely have more videos for you. So hopefully you guys have a nice day, night, or morning. Hopefully your day, night, and morning continues to go well. And I will have more for you.